goes to Bob Kravitz. You got a question?
Actually, I do not.
Okay, let's go Keegan.
Hey, Trayce. Playing high school basketball in Indiana, you played in a lot of those event showcase type events, and this is kind of coming full circle with some of the best teams in Indiana playing college. So does it kind of take you back there and make you feel like you're playing back in high school with trying to showcase what the best teams in Indiana have to offer?
Yeah, you can kind of think of it that way. I think having Indiana, Butler, Purdue, and Notre Dame in Indianapolis, I think is really cool. Just the surrounding, have all the fans from all the different fan bases in one arena watching each other battle. I think that's really cool and reminds me a lot of high school. Like the foreign tip-off classic that we played at Southport and other tournaments like that, where you had all this talent in one roof, and then just see who's the best in the state and stuff of that nature. I thought was really cool. So I have to kind of think of it like that.
Kevin.
Trayce, how important do you see these next kind of stretch of games heading into Big Ten play? Obviously Notre Dame being a pretty big test, and then, you have 2 more at Assembly Hall. What do you guys want to get maybe accomplished during this stretch in late December?
Through those stretch of games, obviously we want to win all of them. That's the biggest thing, and we just want to keep just heading in the right direction with our play. Really just trying to focus and just get everyone in tune for Big Ten play because it's coming up real soon. But Notre Dame's the next game on our schedule, so we got to lock in with them, and then we'll just take it game by game.
Jace.
Hey, Trayce, hope you're doing well. Obviously you've seen it and been a part of the Crossroads Classic a couple of times, and those games are always close, always down in the wire type games. And with your past couple of games and going in the second half, those games getting tighter and tighter. Any kind of adjustments you guys are making in practice, or any sort of kind of things you're doing in practice that are more situational to make sure you guys are able to play with your foot on the pedal for all 40 minutes?
Yes, we actually have been doing stuff like that. We've been playing a lot more in practice, especially this week with us having a week off. So we've got to play a lot more against each other. We haven't been doing that because we've had games every 2 or 3 days. So just getting up and down the floor and playing against each other actually has helped us a lot. And we've actually done a lot of situational stuff as well with timing and stuff like time on the clock, down 3, up 3, 2 or 4 minutes left. So Coach Woodson's kind of implemented that into our practice plans a little bit more, just to have that situation, have that under our belt.
Evan.
Hi, Trayce. So defensively, what are you being asked to do differently this year on the perimeter versus the last 2 years? And how comfortable are you in doing that?
There's a lot of different things that Coach Woodson asked me to do. The biggest thing, obviously, I'm playing on the 5 a lot, so taking away the 5. But if I could switch on to the guard, just keeping them in front of me, moving my feet when I play defense. But X has been doing a really good job, and other guards have been doing a really good job getting over screens, so we haven't had to switch that many times. But if I do need to switch, I think I'm more than capable of guarding a guard and keeping them in front.
Jim. Okay, Tyler.
Hey, Trayce, I hope you're doing well. When did Xavier Johnson's competitiveness first become apparent to you?
Xavier Johnson has always been really, really competitive, even from the first open gym when we first got here in the summer. When they all first got here, he wanted to play every day. He's a dude that's first coming to gym, last to leave, and he's a leader on our team. So he's a big part of what we're doing, and we got to have him because when he's on and he's locked in, he's one of the best guards in the country, in my opinion. So we got to keep his head straight, and if he is, then he's going to help us a lot.
Rab Johnson.
Hey, bud. Working on a story about Jordan Geronimo. Give me your take on sort of what do you see as far as things that have impressed you that he's doing really well now that maybe he didn't do a year ago?
Jordan, just from this year to last year, just his emphasis on him and his emotions. Last year, I think, with the coaching staff last year, I think he got in his head a lot. His confidence was kind of low. And that's not a knock on them. I think he was in his own head, really. But I think this year he's really been able to take criticism and learn from it. And instead of compound mistakes and just keeping making mistakes after mistakes, he's been able to build on it and actually learn. And I think that's going to be really big for him. And obviously him physically, he's gifted. He's a gifted athlete, and what he's doing in practice, you're starting to see it on the floor, like attacking the offensive glass and really getting comfortable with that short jump shot. So things of that nature, and he's just going to keep building. He's just going to keep getting better.
Thanks, man.
Peegs.
Hey, Trayce, a couple times Coach Witchens talked about how he needs to teach you guys how to win. From a player perspective, what does that mean to you, or how has that manifested itself the last couple of weeks?
Manifest itself. I mean, sitting here at 8-2, 9-2. I don't know. I don't really keep track of our record, but it's just those two losses. Those were both games where we either started slow or second half came out slow. So starting slow we can't do that. Obviously, I've been here. We've won big games before when I was here in the past. Remember Penn State at home. They're ninth. Michigan State at home. We beat teams before in the past, so I know how to win. So obviously, we just got to just lock it and put it in a full game. So I think that's really big for us. I think it's playing a full game, and if we play a full game, I believe we can beat anyone in the country.
Thanks.
Tom Brew.
Trayce, with the Big Ten season getting close and 7-foot centers along the way, with Michael Durr here, it's always kind of that sort of assumption that maybe he would help you in regards to guarding those fives. We haven't seen you and him play together really yet in games, but do you guys do that much in practice at all? Do you guys play on the same team where you're more of the four, or no?
Actually, we have a little bit in practice. I mean, I think 2 practices ago, we had him and me in at the same time, but I think it's going to be really big for us. Even if I'm not playing with him, just him coming in and giving the minutes that he has, and already he's really a big help for our team. And he's going to be a huge part of our team when it comes conference time, being with the 7-footers like Kofi, Travion, teams of that nature, guys like that. So he's still getting healthy, but you can start to see that he's starting to get more comfortable every day. So hopefully that he can just continue to build on that and can just continue to work.
Mike Schumann.
Yeah. Hey, Trayce, I'm sure you're seeing all these college basketball games get canceled here in the last couple of days. And I'm sure you know the Big Ten policy is that you have to forfeit if you guys cancel. I'm sure you guys feel like you're doing everything you can to do the right things. Do you feel like the league should revisit that policy of forfeiture, given that you're trying to do everything you can to stay healthy?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think everyone around the league is doing the right thing, staying in, trying to stay away from people, stuff of that nature, maybe just hang out with their team and teammates. So, I mean, sometimes you just can't control if you get the virus or not. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, even that have the vaccine and the new booster shot, that still have gotten it. So, I mean, I don't really think it's necessarily fair for us to cancel or forfeit if we have the boosters and we're trying to do everything to not get the virus, and it just happens. But at the same time, you're always at risk, and if that's what the league's going to do, then you just got to live with it.
Hey, want to check in with Zach or Bob? You guys, do you guys have anything?
I actually, go ahead, Bob. I'll ask after you.
I'm loitering, so go ahead.
I guess I had, forgive me, Trayce, one of those sort of loaded reporter questions. This is the last Crossroads Classic. Obviously, I know it's always been an event for you that, as a guy from Indianapolis, it's a lot of fun to play up there. On the other hand, starting next year, Indiana's going to replace it with a 2-game series against Kansas. I mean, sort of what are maybe the strengths in your mind as a player of both of those things, of an event like the Crossroads in Indy, but then also of maybe being able to move on from it with a home and home against a program like Kansas?
I think it's big both ways. I think with the Crossroads Classic, like I said, just showcasing your talent and just having all the talent in Indiana under one roof, I think it's big. And it's big for the state, because Indiana basketball, not just Indiana basketball, but I mean the state of Indiana, we're known for basketball. So having all those guys just under one gym and having the people around in the center of the state is really cool. But then again, playing a powerhouse like Kansas, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Especially with us going on the road early to usually a top 10 team in the country, it's going to be huge for us. And then having them come here in a packed assembly hall is going to be huge. So I think it's good both ways. I love the Crossroads Classic, but at the same time, I don't think that it's a negative adding Kansas to the record or the schedule. I think it's a positive.
Okay, got time? Anything else for Trayce?
I got one more if there's time.
Go ahead, Tom.
Trayce, the doubleheader thing tomorrow is a bit unusual. Are you kind of trying to just to watch a little bit of that noon game first, or no?
Yeah, I always try to watch a little bit of it. I like watching other teams play. I think we played first the last 2 times, but usually, yeah, I try to watch it. So, but we'll see.
Tyler.
Trayce, what has it been just like watching Trey Galloway go through this rehab process? And I know he's been out and like shooting a little bit before the games with one hand, but what has it just been like to see him go through this?
Trey is someone that, even though he's injured, he's still an energy guy. He's still going to bring his voice every day. He's working with Coach Cliff. I think he's in better shape right now than when he got injured, because he's been working on his conditioning even more. So I think when he comes back, he's going to come back ready, and I think it'll be huge for us. It might not be. I think he gets cleared in a week or so, but you'll see him here soon. I'll tell you that.
Okay, Trayce, thanks. Hey, guys, I got one.